Good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, February 24th, 2016. This is the morning drive. My name's Quirk, and if you've never watched one of these before, really quick intro on what I do. Sort of 17 to 20 minute drive to work. So while I drive to work, I answer comments that you guys leave for me in the video from like the day before. And if I run out of comments, then I start to rant. But I don't think I'm going to run out of comments today because you guys left me 2 pages worth of them. So, good times there. So let's get right into it. The first comment that I have is actually from somebody who messaged me on Facebook, and they were asking to remain anonymous, so I'll just call them Wednesday Adams. But they wanted to know, have I ever been hit on by someone of the same sex? And the answer is yes. And there is a interesting story behind that one. So, long time ago, one of the first jobs I ever had that, like, wow, it's really loud in here. One of the first, it's pouring rain, that I ever had, I was working at a call center. And in my training class, there was this one guy who I became friends with. I had, like, no idea whatsoever what his preference was. And on one of the Fridays, he said, hey, you know, I'm going to go to this bar that I've never heard of. I've never heard of it, not him, but he's basically goes, yeah, I'm going to this bar and I'm going to meet my partner there. And this time I was still thinking like partner meant like, you know, his wife, because that's, you know, automatic assumption. This is wrong of me, but whatever. And he said, well, I'm going to meet my partner there and we're all going to leave after work. Do you want to go? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So work ended, it was a call center, so work ended at like 9 o'clock at night. And we go to this bar. So we get there, and I meet his partner, and his partner is a guy. I was like, oh, cool, whatever. Doesn't bug me in any way. So I was like, yeah, cool, whatever. So I look around, and I realize this bar has all guys. I'm like, oh, meh. Didn't put any thought into it whatsoever. And my attire that I was wearing was mildly inappropriate. Not like inappropriate, but I had a lot of rips in my jeans that were higher up my leg than they should have been. And so this one guy walks up to me and goes, hey, can I buy you a drink? And I was like, yeah, sure, this is different. I've never had a guy offer to buy me a drink before. He's like, great, what will we have? I was like, can I have a bud? He's like, oh, you're a bud boy. I'm like, yes. Now I'm confused. So he goes and gets me my drink, and he comes back, and we're chit-chatting. He starts telling me about what he does for a living, and on and on and on. As we're talking, he puts his hand on my thigh, and I'm like, what's going on? And he starts trying to like sneak his hand inside one of the rips, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm straight. He's like, oh, I'm like, I'm sorry, you're a really nice guy, but like I have no idea. So I went to my friend afterwards. I was like, is this a gay bar? He's like, yeah, we're gay. It was the bar we hang out at. I was like, oh. I was like, yeah, aren't you? I was like, no. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. And so the rest of the evening was very, very interesting because I had a lot of people buying me drinks. And at the same time, I was like, I even told them straight up at the beginning, I'd be like, I'm straight. And they're like, oh, well, let me buy you a drink and see if you change your mind. I was like, okay, no. So, but yeah, that was the one time that I can recall, because it was so memorable in my head, of ever being hit on by someone of the same sex. Thank you for that one, Wednesday Adams. So, I have my lovely list of comments here. So many comments. And we're at a red light, which is perfect timing. So the first comment that I have here is from Phoenix. Oh, light turned green. It's from CJ Phoenix. I'm a Silver Vault member and follow Mini Wargaming and you on Facebook. That's how I found your channel. Oop, there's more to that. A lot of these are going to be how people found my channel, so that's what I had asked yesterday, because I was curious. So, and I did not pick up my fiance by saying that we added artillery to my orcs, and I totally went from 3rd to 5th, so my car might stall on me. And no, I didn't pick up my fiance by saying I added artillery to my orcs, but if I had, it would have been a great story to put on my groom's speech. Yeah, absolutely. Gives you an idea of what you can add on the cake and stuff like that. A little, like a wedding bride and like an orc groom. Hilarious. So, random Buick. You are oddly not in your lane. Okay. There we go. It's also pouring rain, so everybody's driving really, really slow today. Like, just teeming. So I'm sure you guys can hear on the background there of the windshield. If that's the case, I'm sorry. Why won't this truck let me merge? Let me on, let me on, let me on, let me on, let me on. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, that'd be it. Now I'm trying to think of like a 40K themed wedding and like how awesome that would be for any guy who's into 40K and how terrible that would be for any bride if they weren't into it. They're like, oh, there's bolters and green men all over the place. What is this? I don't like this. Why is my husband wearing a helmet? Alright, next comment is from Bjorn, and I will read it in just a second. There we go. Okay. Next one is from Bjorn. I found you through Chris's Way of the Brush, where he mentioned you. Now me and my 4-month-old that listen to you every morning. Aw, that's cool. Congratulations on your 4-month-old, by the way. That's always a little bit of a hassle, but they're also very fun. I don't have any children, but I've been around like all my god sisters and stuff like that. I have like 3 and 4 kids, and I think their oldest one now is 4. So yeah, 4 or 5, something like that. It's a little ridiculous. So I think their whole reasoning was they wanted them all to be within the same age range, so that they'd all kind of get along, which makes sense. But at the same time, there's also my family has my one cousin who's got like his sister who's like 2 years older than him, and then his brother who's like 2 years younger, and that age gap seems to work quite well. But I'm not a parent, and I can't give very good parenting advice. So, sorry. Ooh, next comment is from Fallen Hero. Also, topic for after comments: how do you feel about being the smallest guy at work? That is a good topic for after I run out of comments. I will put that one in my back pocket, sir. Next up, I have Bearing 9120. Plot twist: he actually did pick up his fiance by adding artillery to his orcs. Yeah. Yep. That was the. We're gonna M. Night Shyamalan this, and he turns out, yes, he did pick up his wife via artillery for orcs. Next up, we have Anthony Yates, 17. I found you through the sit and talk when I did try to add you on Steam. Yeah, I noticed that my Steam and my Xbox account have just started to explode with friend requests, which is awesome. But it threw me off the one day because I went on and I started playing Halo, and out of nowhere I got like 4 messages from like 4 different people being like, oh, are you recording the Saturday morning gaming? Can we jump in? Can I join your game? I'm like, no, just relaxing, playing some Halo. I'll totally play with you, but I'm just relaxing. There's no recording going on. They're like, oh, okay. I'm like, I'll still play Halo with you. So that was fun. Played a really weird game of it's called Zero Grav, where everything moves really, really slowly. It's like your character's always jumping, and it's just permanently stuck in the air, so there's like zero gravity, there's no up or down elevation, and everybody got snipers and shotguns. But because everyone's moving so slow, and because the elevation is at the same height, it's really easy to just use your sniper rifle at the same level and get headshots. So it became a really, really fast game, even though you're moving really, really slow. It was neat. Next one we have is from Brad Davidson. Okay, hang on. This is a long one. It's got, yeah. I just saw something that said Roadhouse. I'm excited for this comment. Okay. I get the feeling that the whole diner girl situation is a bit suspicious, which I can understand. It does sound a little sus. I don't know what sus means. I think I was one of the first 10 or so subscribers after seeing your first morning drive link on Facebook. I liked it for a couple of reasons. Same reason I like the sit and talk. It gives a gives an insight to the actual, really long, so I'm losing my spot. Actual personality behind the camera, but also gives me the opportunity to chat with you, even though I'm overseas and will likely not get the chance to come in for a battle report. Or just to hang out with you at all. Or maybe I just want to see your Peter Griffin Roadhouse steer the car. Probably all. Okay, that's what it was. Probably all of the above. Edit. In regards to the jump clips in the irritating vids, anyone who thinks it's hilarious and not anyone who thinks it's annoying and not hilarious are wrong and need a opinionectomy. Ugh. I can't. That's a word I can't say, even if I tried like 4 times. But yes, thank you. I think that felt like a lot of comments, compliments. I just like the Peter Griffin Roadhouse steering. Roadhouse. So, no one knows that reference. I'm sorry. You are missing a valuable part of your life, and you should watch more Family Guy. But I'm assuming everybody who watches my channel probably watches Family Guy, because that's just the type of person I draw in. Alright. Next one is from... Wow, you guys wrote me little novels here. Holy cow. This one's from Holy Oni Link 12. Look, Oni Link, sorry. Quirk, when my mother met my first girlfriend, she gave her condoms in front of me and said, I don't want grandchildren yet, please use these. So relax and give out your number. Like, to your loyal fans. We can like you on your Tinder account or a Grindr account. Okay, I just talked. Well, that's oddly convenient. I don't have Tinder. Well, I do have Tinder. I don't have a Grindr account. I don't know. I don't understand Tinder. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, do you like this person? I don't know. What are they like? Well, their profile is just like this collection of poems and random song lyrics. I'm like, I can't judge your personality based on like Tim Hick song lyric here. Oh yeah, Justin Bieber? No, is like, actually Justin Bieber's getting better. He's not, he's growing, he's maturing. So, he's not the little jerk face he was. He's not spitting on people anymore, which is nice. Holy cow, this rain is ridiculous. I'm going to apologize again, guys. You're probably going to hear all the rain on the audio, and for that, I'm sorry. Alright, next one is from Philip Benzie. So, I've been meaning to ask, why do you like Ultramarines and Alpha Legion so much? It's funny, Matt actually asked me that same question the other day, and his assumption is that I like blue. I don't really... Blue's not a bad color, I do like it, but it's not my favorite color. I like Alpha Legion because they're very sneaky and like covert ops and stuff like that. They'll infiltrate somewhere and go from there. And then I like Ultramarines just because they have like this whole military order hierarchy thing, which is awesome. Like they have all the structure to their chapter, and it's so well laid out that it's just lasted so long, and I thought that was really cool. And I also just like saying Rubut Gilliman, because I think that's how you say it. Uliman. Girly Man. I'm calling him Girly Man in all my videos. That's just how it's gonna come out, because I can't pronounce it right. That's why I like them. And then Alfarius is just cool, because I like that whole thing where it's just like everybody pretends to be the Primarch, and it throws everybody off. It's just cool. Alright, next up we have Cody Asher. I saw a link on Facebook and stuck around to get some insight on you and MWG. I met my most recent ex by advertently stealing attention away from one of my best friends. You jerk. I'm just kidding. I've done that. I've done that. He was talking to her and her friend, who I also dated, and I just walked up to see what was up. Then proceeded to notice I resembled Gerard Way. Don't know who that is. It went off the tracks from there. Question: How do you tell a woman about your job? Oh, it's incredibly difficult when women ask, like, what do you do for a living? I can't. My usual go-to, which is I'm unemployed, just does not work. That's so no bueno for any girl. They're like, oh, okay, so you can't afford the drink you bought me then? That's terrible. Plug. So, usually I just, I try to explain that I'm in a first time I tried to explain this is a story that I'm kind of ashamed to say, but the first time I tried to explain it, I went to I'm in the online entertainment business. I do videos that get published online, and people subscribe to a membership so you get to view them. And just by saying that, the girl was like, so you're in porn? Like, no, if I was in porn, I'd say I was in that, but I'm not. They're like, oh, well, what do you do then? I was like, I play games for a living. They're like, oh, that's neat. That's very neat. I'm just gonna signal my friend really quick to come over and save me. But yeah, that's really neat. Could you just stop talking for like 5 seconds until my friend gets here and tells me that I'm needed for something? I'm like, yeah, no, that's fine. So that's that's pretty much how that first one turned out. But after that, I usually tell people that I play games for a living and then record it and it goes up online, and people are like, oh, I'm like, no, it's actually a very well-known company. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So it's just one of those things that you kind of have to figure out. But no, my usual go-to when anybody asks me is I'm unemployed. If it's somebody I have to tell what I do for a living, then I usually will explain it that way. So mistakes were made the first time. Trial and error. So bad. Alright, next up we have, Lane Stradquist. I think I pronounced that right. I was wondering if you had a chance to check out Letterkenny. Oh, no, I haven't. I will do that when I get to work today. And if you liked it. Trying not to crowd road here. Other funny series on YouTube is Dungeons and Dragons Gangsta Edition and Hipster Editions. Check out the channel Man Shorts for them. Okay. I'm gonna change the lens really quick here because I actually need to get this light. Alright. I found it to be quite funny while playing. Oh, I found it to be quite funny. Also check out. I'm gonna wait for this guy to go by. He is flying. There we go. Also check out the channel. Oh no. Also, Yazich. His rapping is really good when playing orcs. Have you had much success with flash kits or knobs in mega armor? Another topic that's always good to talk about. Food stuff. Have you tried those things for people that make them sure they food stuff, and have you tried or things for people make sure they try out? I'd recommend trying battered bread with cheese. Also sweet onion slices, really thin cheese. Okay. Sorry, I kind of rambled there. There's a lot of punctuation that I missed because I'm also driving. I will definitely check out those. I'm going to actually take this page in there and into work and check them out. For flash kits, I haven't used them very much. I've only ever had a chance to play with them once when somebody brought them in. Knobs and Mega Armor, I love them. They are my extra wounds for my Warboss in Mega Armor wielding a Lucky Stick. And I usually have him up front, and if he fails, then I'm like, okay, well now it's up to these guys who have the 2-up save to tank the rest of the wounds for me. So, and we're on to the second page, and I'm almost at work. Gosh, guys, you have so many comments here. I need to start reading faster. Next one is from Jim White. Dear Quirk, if you remain free from the effects of caffeine for a year, how will you celebrate? I will crack open like a case of Rockstar. Oh, I broke a little bit on yesterday. I went out for dinner with my father, and I got a Coke without even thinking, and I drank it. I was like, oh, sweet nectar, I've missed you. So I had a Coke. I haven't had an energy drink, so that's always good. Next up, we have Sam Farrell. I need to know, I spotted your Glock cup a few months back in the Open Vault videos and have been meaning to ask about them. Today in the Open Vault, I see Josh has one too. I'm a firearms business, so I tend to spot things out like that. Did Canada change its gun laws, or do you all have cups because you can't get the real thing? I don't think we can get Glocks, but what ended up happening, the story with those Glock cups, basically, is a while back somebody who was a promoter for Glock came in and had a whole bunch of swag for us. So they had like Glock cups, Glock mugs, I think there was a couple like Glock mouse pads and stuff like that, and they just gave them to us. So we used them mostly for like, well, Justin uses the Glock mug as an actual mug. A couple of the guys use the, like I think Chris uses one of the mugs to hold his paintbrushes. I use the Glock mug as like the plastic one that we have there as a rinse cup, because it's big enough and it's like sturdy enough that it actually works really, really well. And it cleans really, really nicely, so that's the reason why I use it for that. And we just have tons of them because the guy brought in a ton of Glock swag, so that's where that all came from. If you ever want to bug anybody about gun stuff, bug Josh, because he actually used to work at Canadian Tire selling firearms. So that's yeah. That's how that happened. Next up, I have Axis762. Oh, I think this is, oh, you're answering, okay. This is where you answer the question of how you got a skin grab from Poutine. This one's I'm actually curious about. So I've got this one and then two more. I'll actually stop and read them at the parking lot here, because I have no bookings today. Yay, it's painting day. I love painting days. Just let me get in the parking lot here and try not to die. Ugh. Ugh. And boom, here we go. Okay. Next up I have, like I said, Axis762. Long story short, stepdaughter was deep frying fries for poutine. Fries were left unattended and started a fire with no lid, baking powder, or extinguisher handy. I took the pot and carried it to the bathroom and threw it in the tub, thus realizing the first-degree burns on my face and second and third-degree burns on my hands and forearms. And yet, I still don't play Iron Hands or Salamanders. But I thought about it. Quirk, are you dating anyone at the moment? No? Give her a shot. What's the worst that could happen? Okay. No, I'm not dating anyone at the moment, and no. No, I'm not doing that. But yeah, that sucks that you got those burns from poutine. That's terrible. But also an awesome story. So, Brian Davenport, since you were wondering how we heard about your channel, I learned about it from Chris' edition of the Sit and Talk or a recent episode of Way of the Brush. I can't find the comment now, but I was curious. Okay. Okay. Fallen Hero. Lots of people commenting now. Don't forget us who have been around since 20 subs. All of subscribers do more Saturday morning. All of us are subscribers. Do more Saturday morning gaming. I will do that. And last comment here is from Bearing91. I subscribed because you mentioned in yours or Chris's Sit and Talk, really like your morning drive and irritated wargamer. Would like to see you play war games or whatever it is you find interesting. If you show your passion for something, people will flock around you. This is very true. But yeah, that's all the comments for today, guys. Thank you so much for letting me know where everything came from. I have to go give Chris a lot of hugs and make him really uncomfortable, because apparently most of you came from Chris's Way of the Brush and Sit and Talk. But anyway, guys, that's it for today. As always, if you have any questions or comments you'd like me to read, please leave them in the comments below for this video, and I will read them in tomorrow's video. Also, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And until tomorrow, have a wonderful day.